We begin tonight with team coverage of the summer drought that has hit western New York.
And here's a live look at downtown Buffalo. Will there be any rain this weekend? The plants and farms are in dire need of a drink. This coincides, of course, with a lot of outdoor events across the region this weekend. Good evening to you. From packed festivals to parched farms, our extreme summer weather has far-reaching effects tonight.
The dry and dusty ground is taking its toll. Some communities are still being asked to conserve water tonight. Farmers are doing everything they can to keep their crops from drying up.
A heat emergency has been declared in other parts of our region, including Rochester and Toronto.
And the fire danger is also high all across the state. We begin our team coverage tonight with Chief Meteorologist Don Paul. He's been tracking this since the very beginning. Don?
Yes, and this moderate drought covering a part of our area can be seen over the most densely populated portion of the region. We can take a look at it. It has evolved over the last several months, but it is the area in yellow, actually, in which the driest conditions exist. A little bit of Orleans and a tiny bit of Genesee County, but primarily the northern two-thirds of Erie and all of Niagara counties. Now, in the midst of this inadequate moisture, a few spots, when we go to forewarned Doppler radar, may end up getting too much in a short period of time. Along the edge of a weak Lake Erie breeze, lift is making thunder showers. Not much lightning, but some heavy rain, and the winds in the mid-levels of the atmosphere are barely moving these. So although they are not severe, they're capable of producing some pretty hefty rains over a small minority of the viewing area. The heat is already here. Our great hope is that Gulf moisture now to our south will be over us a little more tomorrow and much more by late tomorrow night. The humidity just beginning to get here. This is going to be one uncomfortable stretch of weather we're heading into. I'll have all the details in the most detailed forecast you'll find on Western New York television in a few minutes. Don and Jackie.
Thank you so much, Don. And as we mentioned, plants and farms are directly in the line of fire.
This adds insult to injury after farms cope with that crippling freeze this past spring. Forewarned meteorologist Mike Syke is live in Clarence tonight. Mike, some say it feels like a dust bowl.
That's right, Jackie and Don. I'm actually at Niagara County Produce here at the intersection of Transit and Millersport, and it was reported late this afternoon that this drought may actually turn out to be one of the largest natural disasters to impact our country, and now it has its sights set on western New York.
I think it's fair to say this drought is having a serious negative impact for our farmers.
It's not easy, but for some reason we keep doing it. Oh, there's always one kind of a challenge or another.
This year, those challenges have been compounded by a serious rainfall deficit, which continues to worsen by the week.
Oh, yes. Grain yields are going to drop, and our snap bean yields, they just can't continue to grow without any moisture.
At least at Mighty Acres Farm outside of Batavia, some of Pete and Nate Call's fields are irrigated, but not all.
There's a time clock on this end, and that we set the time clock for how much water we want to put on.
The irrigation utilized at Mighty Acres doesn't come without a price. And don't think for a moment that eventually we will not see an increased cost of produce and the grains that provide feed to livestock when we check out at the grocery store. In order to irrigate one 160-acre field, it costs the call $16,000 over a 4-day period. Other farmers are utilizing alternative farming techniques to get them through this rough stretch. At Anchor Farms in Clarence, narrow strips of the field are tilled.
It also yields great big benefits in years like this where we have real low moisture levels in the ground, basically because we haven't opened the ground all up for erosion, and also from the standpoint that it's gonna, that moisture is going to evaporate.
In the meantime, the weight is on and the ground continues to dry.
One of the biggest things I heard from the farmers, especially in eastern Erie County, is they needed rain within basically a week or they could lose their crops.